Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your May the 26th just for today in a meditation. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. If you need to reach me, feel free to do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Okay. The title of the meditation, The Power in the Group. Our understanding of a higher power is up to us. We can call it the group, the program, or we can call it God. Basic text, page 24. Many of us have a hard time with the idea of a higher power until we fully accept the depth of our own powerlessness over addiction. Once we do, most of us are at least willing to consider seeking the help of some power greater than our disease. The first practical exposure many of us have to that kind of power is in the NA group. Perhaps that's where we should start in developing our own understanding of God. One evidence of the power in the group is the unconditional love shown by NA members. When NA members help one another without expectation of reward. Let me repeat that for you. One evidence of the power in the group is the unconditional love shown when NA members help one another without expectation of reward. The group's collective experience in recovery is itself a power greater than our own, for the group has practical knowledge of what works and what doesn't. And the fact that addicts keep coming to NA meetings day after day is a demonstration of the presence of a higher power, some attractive, caring force at work that helps addicts stay clean and grow. All these things are evidence of a power that can be found in NA groups. When we look around with an open mind, each of us will be able to identify other signs of that power. It doesn't matter if we call it God, a higher power, or anything else, just as long as we find a way to incorporate that power into our daily lives. Just for today, I will open my eyes and my mind to signs of a power that exists in my NA group. I will call upon that power to help me stay clean. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the wee version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's amazing. The power in the group. For me, my own personal experience has been that when I first got clean and came into the fellowship and accepted that I was an addict in need of the 12-step program, and that my bottom may not have been the same type of bottom as other people, but my bottom was plenty enough for me. So the gift of desperation was given to me, and I decided that after 24 hours of being clean, I decided that I did not want to go back to how I had felt 2 days ago. So I made up in my mind that if I could do 24 hours, hour by hour, I could do another 24 hours. The group was, in a sense, a power greater than myself. Service work was a power greater than myself. being the individual that didn't sleep a lot, taking phone calls and talking to other recovering addicts in the wee hours of the morning became something that I was known to do. If you can't call anybody else, you can call her. That became, in a sense, a power greater than myself. I was so outdone and upset by my own irresponsibility. And I was blaming the consequences, the aftermath of my own irresponsibility on God. So my relationship with God was not great. It was superficial. It was something, of course, I talked about, but it wasn't something that I felt deeply. So the power of the group was a power greater than myself. And as I began to experience the beauty of fellowship, the beauty of rediscovery and discovery, learning how to apply spiritual principles, even the concept of love took on a different meaning. Yeah, did I drop the ball and mess up and do, harm within the fellowship? Absolutely. But I never picked back up. I never picked the drug back up because I never wanted to go back to that level of psychosis that was induced by a substance. I had had enough. It had scared me enough, and I decided to stay. Today, my eyes are open. My mind is also open to the signs of a power that exists within the group still. Now, that means to me that the group still has a spirit or atmosphere of recovery that motivates me. Even when I feel disconnected from God, from others, I can go to a meeting and find hope again in the things that mean the most to me. So the group will always be a power greater than myself because it's always more than just myself. I want to make sure I explain that the reason why that is a true statement is because a group is always more than just one. It's at least two. And when you have the synergy of two individuals together, that is more powerful than one together. Even if the weak link, even if the person that is struggling the most doesn't appear to be bringing anything to that combination of just two, the therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. So even if it seems like the one that is in the need of help is not producing enough energy to encourage or motivate the other individual, if you really think about it, that's not true. That individual that is in need of motivation and being encouraged and being helped causes the other person that has the substance of recovery to bring to the table so that the other person who is considered weaker in that moment is able to partake. So when I come to just two of us, and I know that you're suffering and you're having a hard time, there's something that wakes up innately inside of me that wants to make sure that you survive along with myself. It motivates me to get out of my own way and bring the spirituality into that relationship. So even if we don't like the sounds of it, right? The truth of it's a fact. There's power in the group because the group is always more than just one person. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense and is helpful today. That's why we shouldn't discount even small groups. We shouldn't discount the fact that it's just myself and one other person. The two of us together will always, always be a greater power. Even if the person that is lacking is not bringing anything or contributing anything, their presence is pulling on the spirit of the other person that has something. And that creates the synergy. It's very beautiful. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose. I intend to talk to you tomorrow.